the 11th century, the emperor of the Song dynasty faced a problem that was occurring within his empire. He witnessed the waste of materials and inefficiency in building techniques of the time. The government employed Li Jia to write a treatise that would inform the general public of ways to build more efficiently. What Li Jia created is called the Yingzao Fashi, which provided an answer to the problems the dynasty had. Li Jia used a collection of historical texts along with oral records to create the Yingzao Fashi. The original book, Yingzao Fashi, was written in 1091, but because there is no specific usage of materials and building skills in this original copy, Li Jia was asked to recompile the book again, creating the Yingzao Fashi. The Yingzao Fashi promoted standardization in constructional methods and units of measurement. The completed version of the Yingzao Fashi became a cornerstone for the excellence of the Song dynasty. This newly documented knowledge was accessible to the general public, and through this, the skills of many workers improved and the waste of materials decreased. This widespread change improved the fiscal management within the dynasty and became a very high standard compared to other nations at the time. Many examples of the Yingzao Fashi mythologies can still be seen today, and the illustrations within it are regarded as a cultural heritage.
As this human advancement was occurring in China, Hinduism was influencing architecture in India. The Hindus created a set of rules to translate spiritual beliefs into architectural standards. This treaty created is referred to as Vastu Shastra, which directly translates to science of architecture and is comparable to the beliefs of feng shui. Vastu Shastra is a part of Vedas, a set of beliefs thought to be 4,000 or 5,000 years old, but the origins of Vastu Shastra are believed to be about 1,000 years old. It's mainly influenced by the divine stories of gods trapping the goblin Vastu, then orienting his body to align with the 8 cardinal directions. This alignment works with the 5 natural elements found in Earth, the human body, and architecture. These elements include earth, water, fire, air, and space. The rules set out by the treaty act to maintain equilibrium between these 5 elements and to not result in chaos. Though the extensive use of these beliefs over a long period of time, they are widely accepted as a science today because of how effective the rules have been.
In today's society, the Yingzao Fashi still has influence over buildings in China. Many direct examples are still standing. Although the techniques may be slightly outdated, the Yingzao Fashi draws many parallels to problems that architects face today, such as the need for efficiency with budget, material usage, worker pay, and environmental impact. Ancient history. Yingzao Fashi grew out of need from the government to be more efficient when building. This problem was then dealt with through the making of the Yingzao Fashi by Li Jia, which set out a standard for builders and businesses all look to be the most efficient with their materials, costs, etc., which is essentially what Li Jia did through the formation of the Yingzao Fashi for the Song dynasty. In today's world, budgets for architecture firms influence decisions that to use when approaching a problem in order to be successful over a long period of time. The Song dynasty faced these problems about 1,000 years ago. The problems created a need for a solution, which is what Li Jia created through the Yingzao Fashi. This chronology of problems creating solutions can still be seen today, and it is paralleled by the term practice.
Vastu Shastra grew out of religious beliefs which then influenced the way people built. Hinduism is one of the most widely followed religions in the world, so these beliefs are still used, although modern technology is somewhat seeing an end to the use of them. Unlike Yingzao Fashi, Vastu Shastra was created based on a belief, not a need. The need to reduce material led to the Yingzao Fashi, while occult beliefs led to Vastu Shastra. This contrast is the original theory versus practice debate, one which architects debate in today's century. The Yingzao Fashi and Vastu Shastra were not directly pitted against each other. One was used in China while the other was used in India. They each arose around 1,000 years ago, right around the same time. Even in the 11th century, humans were creating architecture based on practical needs or based on a spiritual belief. Today, architects may value problem-solving over theoretical building or vice versa. There has been much discourse, still ongoing, about these two sides and which is better, but does the creation of Yingzao Fashi and Vastu Shastra 1,000 years ago provide an answer to this debate?
Sustainable building has become a focus within architecture because of the problem that needs a solution. Budgets and other economic problems that arise require architects to build differently, but this problem has allowed for people to create theories based off the original problem. Ideas such as business architecture exist in today's world. Business architecture uses the term architect in a looser sense, as someone who is a master builder in terms of business. This idea parallels the origins of the Yingzao Fashi in needing a basis for which an empire, business, or group can grow from. Ideas such as business architecture have bloomed through problem solving, which may originally be close to practice, but have now become closer to theory.
Because of the statistical success of this theory, it is widely accepted as a science now. Many people, regardless of religious beliefs, still follow some simplified versions of this theory in their own homes. In many's eyes, Vastu Shastra is now a practical science. These two examples show even from ancient treatises, practice and theory are immensely important to the basis of architecture. But unlike today's world, where practice and theory are pitted against each other, the Yingzao Fashi and Vastu Shastra show that theory can evolve from practice and practice can evolve from theory. They don't work against each other, but rather with each other, and without the other, neither can exist. Theory can be applied without practice, and practice can be absent of theory. However, these two ideas have grown together and have been proven to coexist.